very much. Thank you. I am an addict, and my name is Raymond, and I live in Brooklyn, New York, but I'm presently in London, England, right now. So it's good to be here. I want to thank all the trusted servants for their service, my family in Nepal. Greetings from Brooklyn, New York. Okay, so my topic is what is the disease of addiction to me? The disease of addiction. So I'm gonna get into it.
Recording in progress.
I came to Narcotics Anonymous because I did not know how to use drugs successfully. My drug addiction was making my life very, very, very unmanageable. My family was suffering. I was suffering. I was terrorizing my community. I could not stop using drugs. I tried a lot of different things to stop using drugs, and nothing I tried worked. Nothing, I got clean several times. Several times I got clean. I was not able to stay clean. I was not able to stay clean for any significant amount of time. And so the disease of addiction was ravaging my life. And I was looking for a way out, and I could not find one. I became hopeless. I was, thinking I'm gonna die. I think in the first step in the step working guide, it talks about resignation versus surrender. Resignation and resignation is when you accept the problem. Okay, I'm a drug addict, and I accept that I have a problem, but I don't embrace the solution. So I accept that I'm a drug addict. I'm gonna die a drug addict. There's no hope for me. There's nothing I can do, and I'm accepting the problem. That's resignation. I resign to the fact that I have a problem, but I'm hopeless and there's nothing that I could do. Surrender is when you understand that you have a problem. Okay, I am a drug addict, but I have recovery as an option. I can work the 12 steps. I can make NA meetings. I can get and so when you understand you have a problem, but you embrace the solution, that's surrender. Resignation is when I just embrace the problem. Surrender is when I embrace the solution. And so I began my journey of recovery. I relapsed several times. I did not get clean and stay clean the first time. There's suggestions in Narcotics Anonymous that they give you. They say this disease is insidious. It's cunning. It's baffling. It speaks to me in a voice that I'm most likely to listen to, my own voice. So it speaks to me in my own voice. It speaks to me like it has my best interest, and it does not. It's trying to kill me. And so they told me to take suggestions, that here are some suggestions that we offer in Narcotics Anonymous to help you recover from the disease of addiction. All the suggestions in NA are free. All the suggestions are free. The only ones you have to pay for are the ones that you don't take. And so I didn't take several suggestions, and I paid a high price. I relapsed. They told me to stay away from people, places, and things. I didn't listen. I went around people that I used. And so I had to learn that if I want what NA has to offer, I have to become willing to make the effort. And how it works, we read it at every meeting in New York. If you want what we have to offer and are willing to make the effort, want willing effort. If I want what NA has to offer, I've become willing to make the effort. And so I began to take certain suggestions. Meeting makers make it. Those who make meetings regularly stay clean, right? Make meetings. I got a disease. Meetings is my medicine, let's say. I need to go take my medicine, or I'm going to get sick. And when I get sick, it gets really bad. And so I need to make meetings. I need to do service. Service puts me in the middle, right? If I stay on the edges, it's easy to fall off. I need to do service. There's several suggestions that I needed to take to put myself in the process, to put myself in the center of recovery. And I needed to learn how to take suggestions. But I got a disease that's rebellious. I got a disease that doesn't like to take suggestions. I got a disease that makes me think that I'm different, I'm unique, I'm special. You don't understand me. I got a disease that speaks to me and it tells me I don't belong here. I've never fit in. It's always trying to make me go, run away, do my own thing, self-will. And so I had to learn. Listen, those voices in your head have been trying to kill you all your life. And whenever you listen to that voice in your head, it always, always, always goes bad. It never goes good. So I had to learn that I got a disease, and I am not the disease. I have a disease. Okay, I have a disease of addiction, and it speaks to me, and it wants to kill me, and it wants me dead. It's in my, it manifests itself in my thinking. And I had to learn how to just make meetings, don't use no matter what. Make meetings, don't pick up. Make meetings, don't pick up. I had to learn how to follow the basic suggestions, basic stuff, master the basics. And so I got clean. Okay, I thought getting clean. I thought my disease addiction was just about drugs. I found out no. In the basic text, it says that this is a physical, mental, and spiritual disease that affects every area of my life. I didn't understand that. I didn't have experience with that. I was a drug addict. I knew the drugs. I knew that drugs turned me into a monster. When I use one, the compulsion sets in, right? I could become obsessed. And when I use one, I take one of anything, the compulsion sets in. And once I start, I cannot stop. One is too many, 1,000 is never enough. Stay away from the first one. Do not pick up the first one. Call your sponsor. Call another recovering addict. Call somebody. Make a meeting. Share. Let somebody know. Do not pick up the first one. Because once the compulsion kicks in, it is all over. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to go to jail, if I'm going to die. I don't know how long that's going to last. I had to learn, Raymond, stay away from the first one. Do not pick up the first one. And that was a big deal in my recovery. We built our recovery on abstinence. Abstinence is the foundation to our recovery. I have to stay clean no matter what. No matter what happens, don't pick up. So after I was clean for a while, making meetings, doing service, calling my sponsor, taking suggestions. The suggestions work. I was clean. I said, okay, I'm not using drugs no more. Everything should be wonderful. No, that's not the case. Drugs is just a symptom of the disease, right? It's the most obvious symptom. It's a symptom that was ravaging my life for many years before I got to recovery. But drugs is just a symptom. And once I was clean a little while, I was able to understand that anything that makes me feel good, right? Chocolate, ice cream, sex, gambling, shopping, service, right? Service, doing, anything that makes me feel good, I can become addicted to. I can become obsessive and compulsive and extreme, and I can go and go and go and go and go, and it's not healthy, all right? And so after being clean, after getting clean, I began doing a lot of service, right? Service is important to recovery, service. But there needs to be a balance. Making a meeting every day is wonderful, but having 20 commitments, that might be a problem. That you're the secretary, the JSR, the coffee, the greeter. I need to have guidance from a sponsor, right? Because my sponsor can help me. Raymond, easy does it. And so service, I could be addicted to service. And some people think that's cool. I'm a service junkie. It might be cool in the beginning, but it's not, after a while, you gotta find a balance. Recovery is about balance. So I can become addicted to anything. I became addicted to sex, another symptom. I got one disease, one addiction, but I got many, 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 many symptoms. Okay. One disease, many symptoms: sex, shopping, working, money, hoarding, gambling, service, ice cream, chocolate. You can become addicted to anything. This disease, it manifests itself as a shapeshifter. It changes its shape. It becomes, very, very sophisticated. When I stood clean for several years, I found that the disease is manifesting in other areas. I'm not smoking crack. But I'm smoking lust. I'm not drinking alcohol, but I'm drinking resentments, right? I'm not smoking marijuana, but I'm, it meant other areas. And I needed to understand that, Raymond, if you don't work the steps the way they're suggested, the steps are the solution. We recover in Narcotics Anonymous through the 12 steps. Meetings are great, but that's not the answer. I got to make meetings. That's wonderful. There's a whole process of recovery. I need to do service. That's important. I need to get a sponsor. That's important. I need to do steps. Steps is how we recover in narcotics. Steps. There's a spiritual surgery of the soul. There's a transformation process through steps 1 and 2 and 3, all through the steps. And even going through the steps one time is incredible. Congratulations, you've been through the 12 steps. That's brilliant. You did a great job, but it's not enough. You got to continue your recovery, continue to do step work, continue to make meetings, continue to have a sponsor, continue to do, because the disease can manifest in money, property, and prestige. Now I'm clean 5 years. I want to go to school and I want to get a job and I want to buy a house and I want to get a wife and I want to have, the disease can manifest in many, many, many different ways. And it's insidious. I don't see it. That's why I need the sponsorship, support group, network, home group. So people can say, hey, Ray, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing, Ray, I haven't seen you at the home group. Oh, I was working. Ray, I haven't seen you at the home group. Oh, I was working. Ray, I didn't see you at this. I was working. No, then you have something wrong with your process. Recovery must come first. Recovery, the disease of addiction wants me to put my job first, my education first, my wife first, my children first, making money first. The disease wants me to reprioritize my life and put recovery third or fourth or fifth or last. So why? So that I don't have no more recovery. So it can take recovery from me. In New York, we tell people, anything you put before your recovery, you will lose it. Anything you put before your recovery, you're going to lose it. So make sure you keep recovery first. So the disease of addiction, it manifests itself in many, many different ways. And the longer I've been clean, I have food. I never had a problem with food before. I got clean. I was 115 pounds, 120 pounds. 10 years later, 15 years later, 20 years, I'm 270 pounds, obese, right? Now food, sugar, this disease doesn't stop. There's no cure for this disease. And being somebody, I've been in recovery, a long time. I've been here. You guys know my clean day, 33 years. That when I have 5 years clean, the disease was manifesting in this way. When I had 9 years clean, the disease is manifesting this way. When I have 15 years clean, the disease is coming through the window now. When I have 20 years, it's always, always, always somewhere in my life. It's somewhere. I got to be aware. I got to be honest. I got to work steps. I got to stay in the middle. I need to talk to my people. Wait a minute, what's going on? Hoarding, right? Hoarding. I have 2 feet. I got 100 pairs of sneakers. You know what I mean? 2 feet, 100 pairs of sneakers. What's up with that? What's going on? Collecting things. I need to collect. There's so many different ways the disease shows up. And here's the thing, right? If it's gambling, if it's pornography, if it's sex, if it's food, if it's shopping, whatever it is, the disease wants to rob me from my moment. All I got is this moment. What was that?
Sorry for that. You can continue, Raymond.
Okay, no problem. The disease is trying to rob me of my moment, right? Act out on the disease. Act out on the disease. Anyway, just feed the disease is hungry. It wants me to feed it. If I feed my disease, it takes my moment away. It takes my present, my now. If I'm acting on obsession and compulsion, the longer I stay in obsession and compulsion, no matter what it is, I'm going to feel shame. I'm going to feel guilty. I'm going to feel bad about myself. That is oh, you're not in recovery. You're a piece of garbage. You should. And the disease wants me to feel so bad that I continue to act out and feel bad so I can continue to act out and feel bad. And there's a vicious cycle. The disease wants me to drown in shame, to drown in guilt, to beat myself up, to feel so bad about myself, to make my life unmanageable, right? Because if you've been clean for a while, the 10th step says this, that if we don't stay aware of our character defects, they can put us in a corner where you cannot come out of clean. Doesn't matter how long you've been clean. Doesn't matter if you help start NA in your region. Doesn't matter if you have 15 sponsees. It doesn't matter if you don't stay aware of your cat. Now, if you've been around for a while, we act out on the disease through our character defects. I'm clean. After a year clean is the defects. That's where the symptoms of the disease manifest. My character defects, right? So this is what happens. The disease of addiction, right, wants to use my character defects to finish the job that it started with the drugs, okay? It didn't kill me with the drugs. I made it to NA, I'm clean. Now it wants to kill me with food. Now it wants to kill me with lust. Now it wants me to gamble everything away so I can feel so bad so I can commit suicide. So, the disease is cunning. It's not playing. Many times, I would thought, I'm doing great. I got all this. I'm buying all this clothes. I'm buying all these sneakers. I got all this jewelry. And I think, I'm doing great. And no, I'm not doing great. The disease is setting me up for the kill, but I wasn't aware of it. I got to make sure that I'm in the middle of the program, that I'm still making meetings regularly, that I make at least 3 meetings a week. I've been clean 33 years. I make 3 meetings. That's my thing. I got a home group. I make 2 other meetings. I make 3 meetings a week. If I'm not making 3 meetings a week, that's for me. That's not for you. If I'm not making 3 meetings a week with 33 years clean, then the disease is active somewhere. I'm breaking my boundaries. I'm too busy doing something. 3 meetings a week. I have to do step work every year. I got to be doing step work. I can't think that the disease says, oh, you did good step work. You've been clean a long time. You did the step work 5 times. You're good. Do step work with your sponsees. Do step work with your sponsees. That's their step work. That's not my step work. Doing step work with a sponsee that's their step work. The disease will make me think I'm doing step work. Dude, no. I got to get my own pen, my own paper, and the word continue in the 10th step. Continue to do step work. I'm going home on Monday from England. I'm in England. I have an appointment to do a 6th step with my sponsor. I got another 6th step. 2024, I'm doing another 6th step. Continue to do step work. The things that I struggled with when it comes to the disease of addiction, when I had 25 years clean, it's different now that I have 33 years. It's different. It changes. And if I don't stay on top of the disease is going to get on top of me. You understand? And so I'm very grateful. Today, I lost a lot of weight, right? I'm eating healthy. I'm taking care of my physical self, my physical life. The disease can manifest. If you look at the step working guide, in the basic section, it says physical, mental, and spiritual. In the step working guide, it brings in the emotional aspect to it. It says that we can end up in endless loops, right? Where we find ourselves decaying physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. My emotional life. If you look at outward unmanageability, right? In the step 1, there's outer unmanageability, right? Me being 300 pounds, that's outer unmanageability, right? That's that I'm obese. I'm not. That's out. Inner unmanageability is the other aspects of recovery. Inner unmanageability is about untrue or unhealthy beliefs I have. That's inner. Everyone has them in NA, right? The first step, the disease of addiction. What beliefs do I have that's causing inner unmanageability? What is it? What do I believe about love, about sex, about religion, about spirituality, about men, about gender, about what intimacy, about money, about what is success? What is recovery? What do I believe that's causing inner unmanageability? What unhealthy beliefs do I have? Right? When I first came to NA, I had self-loathing, resentments, I had all this sick stuff in church, sick stuff, hating people. Now, today, I did a lot of step work. I've been in recovery a long time. I'm keep reevaluating what I think about the truth, what I know about myself. Now, I got to a place where I'm healthy physically, I'm healthy mentally, I'm healthy emotionally, I'm healthy spirit. I'm not recovered. I'm not perfect, but I'm way better than I've ever been. I'm looking at different aspects of my life because of the 12 steps. It says, right, we have a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps. We have, right, as a result of these steps, I had a spiritual awakening. Now I want to carry the message. I'm carrying the message all over the world. I carry the message on social media. I carry the message in conventions. I carry the message in my home group. I do H&I. And the third part of the 12 step is I try to practice these principles in all my affairs, at work, in my business, in my marriage, with my children, with my home group members, because and I play sports, when I play sports with my sports teams, right? So I learned to practice spiritual principles. The more I practice spiritual principles instead of character defects, the more happy, the more peace, the more joy, the more freedom that I've experienced. So it's been an incredible journey. I still want sugar. I still want chocolate. I still want to watch, I get the thoughts, oh man, let's watch this or this. I still get, the disease doesn't stop. It still knocks. Say, hey, open the door. Let me in. Say, no, not today. You know what I mean? It's not, I'm not recovered. I'm not but I can discern. I can identify that voice more than ever because of the work that I've done, because I've been able to go inside and look at myself. And, so now the disease still wants me dead. The disease has not gone nowhere. I don't care how spiritual I become. About 40 years, it doesn't, the disease is still trying. The disease has one job. How can I get Raymond to get active again without the drugs? You can become active addiction without the drugs, right? I already told you, I went on sex runs and gambling runs and credit card runs and shopping runs, all time service, or it's the disease is, what can I get you to be obsessive and compulsive about? How can I get you to go crazy clean? I want you to be crazy clean. And what works in the beginning works now. It's the basics. I'm on a meeting. I'm making a meeting tonight in England. Right? I'm going to a meeting over here in Ealing. I did step work with a sponsee. I'm doing step work with my sponsor. I'm still doing, it works. This thing works. Now, let me tell you the insidiousness of the disease. Right now, this is important. If you've been clean for a while, listen to me. I've been here for 33 years and a half. I've seen many, many people come to NA, do the work, get free, go get a job, go to school, find a wife or a husband, and now they begin to allow life. The disease loves to use the gifts. We get gifts, one promise, many gifts. The disease loves to use the gifts that we get from NA to pull us away from NA. Oh, I got children. Oh, I got a wife. I got my own business. Oh, I'm speaking, I'm doing all this. No. Do not get too busy for your recovery. Don't forget how you got a wife. How did I get so beautiful that woman likes me? It was NA. How did I get so smart that those people, I got my own business? It was NA. Don't forget who brought you to the dance. NA. I found God. I got a relationship with God. I go here, there with God. I pray. I meditate. Don't go out on a religious zeal. Don't forget, right? Don't get out on a social zeal. The disease wants, one of the most insidious things I've seen, and I've been here, is addicts are the only people in the world that find something that works and they stop doing it. It works. They got 3 years clean. They're doing good. And all of a sudden, they think their way into doing some other crazy stuff. And they stop doing NA. So I've been blessed to be able to stay in NA, make sure I'm doing service. It's the same thing. This thing works. It works. Are you working it? right? I'm talking to my family in Nepal. I love you guys. When's the last time you did step work with us, with your step work? When's the last time, you wrote something down yourself and you went over it with your sponsor? When's the last time you did step work, right? Because the disease will have people thinking, I did it already. I did it. No, it's not done. It's a new beginning. Continue, right? I got friends that they're suffering because they haven't done step work in years. Have you done? When's the last time you did step work with your sponsor? Do you have an NA service position? NA service position. Do you have a home group? Do you have a home group where you go to every week that you show up? And these are some of the things, because in the second step, right? In the second step, we have a more mature literature, and it says that insanity is when you've lost your sense of perspective. In the second step, you've lost your sense of perspective. You forgot what comes first. So if Raymond R doesn't have a home group, and my home group meets on Zoom, right? We're on the Zoom platform every Wednesday night, the Ultimate Weapon Group, right? We're on the Zoom platform still. Every Wednesday, Zoom, my home group meets, right? Do I have a home group? Do I have a service position, right? Do I have these are the things to ask myself. There's a pamphlet called Living Clean, Living the Program. And it asked me several questions. And those questions, Living the Program, helps me see, Ray, have you fallen out of, because your recovery can stop. People don't know this. And recovery and relapse, it says when you neglect doing 12-step work and you stop making meetings, it says your program stops. People don't know that your program may have stopped and you're not aware of it till you're suffering, till you're crying, till you're in pain. So I've been able to find, incredible peace, incredible freedom. We tell the newcomers in New York, right? We tell them more meetings, more choices. Less meetings, less choices. No meetings, no choice, right? We tell the newcomers that in New York. And now we're telling the old timers, the people with clean time, more step work, more freedom. Less step work, less freedom. No step work, no freedom, And so we're trying to encourage people newcomers need to make meetings, and people who have been around for a while, step work. The disease has not gone nowhere. It's here. It's alive and well. It's patient. It waits for me to be complacent, to be, and it jumps out the bush and it wants to kill me. So in the 12 traditions, it says that, listen, we have to be vigilant. You got to be watchful. You got to stay on point, stay insight, stay aware. Where's the disease? How's my recovery? From 1 to 10, and I have to be able to take a look at my own recovery. Part of the disease of addiction on a deeper level is deeper wounds, right? Why did I use drugs in the first place? What am I trying to medicate my feelings? Why can't I, and when we do step work, we get to heal emotionally. When you do I did a 4th and 5th step, I was able to heal from the resentments. The disease uses old anger, old resentments, old fear, the disease loves when we have unresolved issues. Unresolved. So the disease uses unresolved resentments, keep secrets, lies, and it uses that to fuel defective behavior. So the whole step process, not just step 1, not just step 1, 2, 3, not just the whole step process that allows an inner cleansing. There's a transformation, a surgery of the soul, where we go deeper to see where the disease is at. How long have you thought like this? How long have you hated yourself? And being able to recover. So I know that my time is coming in. I'm grateful. I'm grateful I'm an addict. I'm grateful that I found recovery. I'm grateful that the 12 steps helped me to recover from the disease of addiction. I'm grateful that I found a relationship with a higher power. I'm grateful for sponsorship. I'm grateful for, it's not just one thing, it's all the end, is the whole process, is all the tools, all the resources. I have a lot of ammunition to fight the disease of addiction. I got the ultimate weapon, another recovering addict, right? I got the higher power, right? Very important. 6 and 7. I've been able to get free from my past. The disease can use your past against you if you don't address your past. I'm able to make peace with my past. I'm able to keep my house clean today. 10th step. Keep my house clean today. When I'm wrong, if I act out, admit it. Don't justify. The disease loves when I justify and I rationalize sick behavior. Don't justify. Don't rationalize. If you act it out, admit it. The quicker you admit it, the better it is for you. Got you. Yep. Thank you. I won't even take the whole 5. Thank you very much. I have to continue to do the work. I promise you. I've been, I'm grateful. Yep. I see you. Yes. Thank you. All right. So if you're new, I said a lot of different things, man. We have a disease, and I'm not the disease. That's important for me to tell you. I want to be a good husband. I want to be a good father. I want to be a good sponsor. I want to put it. My disease wants to act out. I'm not the disease. That's a very important distinction for me, because I have a disease that it doesn't want me to make work steps. It wants me to go stop making meetings. I don't need meetings no more. I got God. I found religion. I got money. I got this. No, it's not going nowhere. And so the last thing I'll say is this, and then I'll shut it down, is this. We cannot keep what we have unless we give it away. Too many people come to NA and they get clean and they get a job and they do this and they get a great life, and they forget to give it back. They forget to do service. They forget to hug the newcomer. They forget to reach out. I've been very, very, very blessed by doing service, always keeping a newcomer in the car, always reaching out to new people. Relapse, I call them. How you doing? Hey, I love you. Hey, you want to come back yet? I reach out to people who relapse. People get a resentment, stop coming I reach out to them. You cannot keep. Listen to me. If you want to keep it, you got to give it away. Don't be self-centered. Don't go off and do your own thing. It doesn't work like that. So I'm not going to use the other 3 minutes you guys gave me. I think you guys understand. I got a disease. It's not going nowhere. Doesn't matter how much money you got, how spiritual you are, how successful you are, how happy. The disease is not. It will use God against me. It will use my money against me. It will use my clean time against. My disease is smarter than me. Alone, I will use drugs again or kill myself. But together, I will stay clean, continue to work the program, and experience new levels of recovery. Listen, I'm very grateful. Thank you guys for inviting me to Nepal to speak with you guys. To all my family and friends who joined us from America, I love you. For all my English family, I love you guys. I'm an addict. We do recover. Recovery is possible. There's no limits to recovery. The same way the disease manifests, recovery can show up in every area. Financial recovery, spiritual recovery, emotional recovery, sexual, every area you can recover if you are willing to make the effort and work the steps. I'm an addict. My name is Raymond. Thank you for letting me share.